It's Anna Brooks here. We are back. Let me get some color because I am pale. Oh my gosh. Hi. So if you have not seen my posts lately, we had a meltdown. We had an internet meltdown here at Anna Brooks headquarters. Excuse I'm still trying to wipe mascara off the top of my eye. I've literally just come from a workout. But I could not wait to actually get on a live stream. It has been so long. I'm staring at myself in the live stream now and I don't know what to do with myself a little bit. But no, I had to get on before the rest of the day gets carried away from me. So we had a meltdown. The internet at our house was gone for a few days now. And finally it got fixed today. So yay, I came home this morning or this afternoon and yeah, the internet was back on. So we're rocking and rolling. We're back. Live streams are back. And these will obviously all be going up onto YouTube as well. If you're watching these as a replay now on YouTube, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today's live stream is probably going to be a reasonably quick one, although who knows, because that's just how it goes. I get started and sometimes I don't shut up. So, hi. So I'm very, very excited. It's been a few days and lots happened in this internet abyss that I found myself in. So obviously we had some like mobile data and stuff to use, but no live streaming. And so therefore I can't tell you all the little bits and pieces that have been going on, which are quite exciting. But I'll get to that at another stage. I'll get to another stage because what I want to talk about today and what I want to just get out to you quickly is a bit of not a recap, but one of the biggest takeaway points from a seminar that I did on Saturday on the weekend. So I did a seminar at a local gym, which was entitled around flat and firm stomach and a week lower back repair, right? And as always, as you know, everything comes back to mindset. Everything comes from the inside out. So regardless how obsessed, I am in terms of physical fitness and in terms of your body and in looking after yourself physically, you probably know if you followed me for any period of time, or even if you haven't, then welcome, say hello, let me know you're here. And basically, if you're just new to me, then I am huge on always the inner work coming first, right? That everything that you want to create in your life, all of your goals, all of your dreams, everything that you want to achieve has to start from the inside out. It doesn't work the other way, right? So the biggest takeaway point that I found from this seminar, and it's something that we kind of kept going through over and over during the actual seminar as well, is what is the quickest way to work out if you're doing something that is your sole purpose, that is your true purpose, your calling, your thing in life that basically gives you a point, gives you a purpose, gives you a goal and a passion to work towards, right? So for everyone, this is different, right? And this is obviously, it's one of those things that if you've never understood what this means and what it kind of feels like, it can feel really strange to kind of jump onto a live stream of mine and hear me talking about doing what you're called to do, doing your purpose work, sharing your message, basically living your life on purpose, which is obviously the slogan that I've used for a long time now, which is to live life on purpose, which just translates to actually choosing and creating your lifestyle. And another slogan I use all the time is to create your lifestyle by design, not by default, right? And so this means, to not become one of the lemmings, not tune out of your entire life and just basically go through the steps and follow along what the person before you did or your parents before you did or whatever it is, but to actually find what works for you, what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to create, what it is that you want to bring forth to the world, what actually lights you up inside and makes you feel like you're alive, right? So I know when I start talking about this, and if you're new to me and you haven't really come across this sort of mindset, I guess, before, it can be quite intimidating and it can be quite overwhelming. You're kind of like, well, I don't know. I've gone from this to this because it seemed like the natural progression and I was sort of interested in this, so I did this or whatever. And it can seem a little bit overwhelming and a little bit too much to think about in terms of, well, Anna, what the fuck? Why? What do you mean? What is my life purpose? What is my life passion? What is my soul work? What the hell is that, Anna? So I get that. So I wanted to give you a really quick pointer. Well, it's actually, I'll explain it properly, but the actual technique and the actual tactic that this is very, very quick, right? And this is a really quick way to basically be able to tell whether what you're doing in any given moment is your part of your purpose, part of what lights you up, part of you, basically, or whether it is something that is the opposite, whether it's something that's actually debilitating to you, whether it's something that weakens you, that drains your energy, that sucks your life force, right? As opposed to giving you more life force and engaging further with it, right? So the technique or the tactic, whatever you want to call it, is to tune in and basically, like I always do this hand on my heart thing, which you've probably seen. Well, it's not really my heart, but you know what I mean. Hand on my chest kind of thing. And this is what I do when I tune in. I just naturally put my hand there and you breathe into it. And you think about whatever it is that you're doing at the time. So for example, whether you're in a job at the time, or whether you're talking to someone, or whether you're doing an activity, whether you're going to do some exercise, or you're going to go out with friends, or you're going to whatever it is, like literally anything, whether it's reaching for some food, whether it's eating some lunch, whatever it is, whatever you're doing at the time, put your hand on your heart, or wherever actually feels comfortable, whatever feels natural to you to feel like you're really tuning into yourself. So that could be like on your stomach, could be another one, right? Or even like on your temples, or whatever it is. Everyone's got a different sort of point that works for them. You tune in and you ask, does this feel light or heavy to me, right? And this is something you may have heard before, this whole lightness and heaviness kind of thing. And I don't think for a second, and I know that if you've listened to my stuff in the past, you'll know that I don't for one second think that we as humans are meant to only ever feel joy and lightness and energy and blah, blah, blah. We ebb and flow. We have a natural progression, and we're meant to feel our way through every single emotion and take on whatever we need in the moment, right? So there's always going to be times when you're not feeling fantastic, because that is part of the human experience, and that's fine. You can feel into that, and you can actually enjoy going through that resistance and going through that sort of pain or whatever it is. So it's not saying that heaviness always is bad. It's having a look at your life in general. Like if you were to say go into any given day that you have, if you have a standard day, this is easier. If your days are very all over the place like mine are, then it could be a bit harder. But say you have a standard day, if you were to go from when you wake up to when you go to sleep, for example, what percentage of the day would you say that if you were to tune into every activity that you're doing, hand on your heart or wherever, and breathe in and ask yourself, does this make me feel light, or does this make me feel heavy in my soul, in my inside, in my mind, in your soul? Like that's what you'll feel it. You'll feel it in your whole body. Does this make me feel light or heavy? Ask yourself that, and you will get a very good guide in terms of then if you go through the percentages of how much of your day are you actually doing stuff that you should not be doing. And by should not be doing, I do not mean like should as in what other people tell you to do. I mean as in what is actually dragging you down, what is actually sucking your life force, like I said before, out of you, as opposed to what is energizing you, right? So this is something I talked about in the seminar as well, was this idea that stress does not mean when the people say, you know, if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose fat, or if you want to feel more energetic or whatever, you've got to look at your stress levels. If you're too stressed, then that's going to be a problem, blah, blah, blah. And everyone thinks that stress means busy. It means like doing lots of things. It means being really hectic in your life. It means, you know, having a million things on the go at once. People think that that is stress. That is not stress. Stress means something for your body that is basically draining you of energy, that is sucking out your life force. That is what stress is. You can be busy, you can be flat out, much like I am many, many days, but I never get tired. I never feel heavy about it. I never feel stressed. I'm, you know, very often I'm sleeping like 5 hours a night now, and that's been normal for me for a while now, but I don't feel stressed. So most people would tell you, oh no, you need to sleep more because that will help with stress levels. No. You need to be doing what energizes you, right? So for me, not sleeping and doing the work that actually energizes me, so whether it's live streaming for you guys, or whether it's putting together a program, or just writing my books, whatever it is that I'm doing, or just talking to clients, all that stuff that I do as part of my coaching business, right? that is the stuff that lights me up. That is the stuff that actually gives me more energy back, right? So after this live stream, I was actually exhausted because I've just come from a workout and I'm going to go eat because I'm starving. But after the live stream now, I will actually be full of energy again, because this is what feeds my energy. It doesn't matter that I am actually giving you energy, that I'm putting myself into it, that I'm using energy to do this. The fact is that it actually reciprocates, and I receive it back at the very same time, because this is what I am meant to be doing. This is what I'm called to do, right? So stress is not necessarily being busy. It is not having too much to do. It is not having too much on your plate. It is not sleeping enough, not eating like everyone tells you to, or whatever it is. It is how you respond to it. It is doing the things that actually give you more energy and give you energy, and to light you up inside and actually make you feel light and like you're going somewhere, as opposed to dragging you down, sucking your energy, right? So I don't know if you're in a job right now that you might not really enjoy, or in the past, if you can think back, jobs where literally you would sit there and you would look at the time and you would just see the minutes like ticking by so slowly, and you would feel drained by the end of, even like shorter shifts. If it wasn't a full day, you might have had a 2 or 3 hour shift when you were a bit younger doing some casual jobs. And yet, because it was so fucking boring and so draining, you just felt like at the end of that shift, you just felt exhausted, because it was literally draining for you. As opposed to different things that you might do now, whether it's a holiday. A holiday is what a lot of people say will fly by really, really fast, because it's something they enjoy. It's something that they're loving. They don't mind staying up all night and not getting enough sleep on their holiday, because they'll know they can sleep in whenever they want, right? But the point is, it comes back to you, and it comes back to what actually fuels you. And so this quick 1 second test thing of, does this feel light or does this feel heavy, is a really good way to tune into yourself and to say, okay, well, out of, the percentage of your life, like if you were to put from waking to sleep and what you're doing, all the activities, hand on your heart, breathing into it, going, am I feeling light or am I feeling heavy from this? Is this giving me energy or is this draining me of energy? If you actually tune into that and work that out, you will be able to work out, say, a percentage of your life that you are actually living out of your purpose, right? And I'm going to go out on a whim here and say that I don't think you should be living pretty much more than 5% of your life out of alignment, right? Like there's maybe give or take 5%, just because sometimes you forget not to do exactly what you want to do, or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, any kind of percentage off of that 100 that you're not living anything that makes you feel like you're on path, that you're on purpose, that you're doing what you love to do, that you're going towards your goals, that you are doing your soul work, whatever it happens to be. And I don't mean just work. I mean, you're living your life the way you want. So the lifestyle that you want, creating your lifestyle by design, right? So whatever percentage it is that you work out, I'm going to say that anything over 5% is probably a big part of the reason why you do feel tired, why you do feel lethargic, why you do feel like things are draining you and you're stressed and whatever it is, right? Because figuring out what it is that you want to do, and obviously our careers, our jobs, whatever it is that you're doing as your day job or similar, that is a big part of what we do. So same, I would consider if you're a stay-at-home mum or dad or anything like that, that's a day job as well. But you have some control about how this is structured, obviously, and about how you can actually do this in a way that feels light to you, that feels amazing for you, right? And this could do with mindset. It could do with, the affirmations that you tell yourself. It definitely will come down to the things that you tell yourself. So if you're telling yourself, oh my God, I can never get a handle on anything, I never have enough time to do anything, as soon as I clean something, everything becomes a mess again, whatever it is, as soon as you tell yourself that, you will speak that into your existence, and you will keep re-perpetrating that. I think that's a word. I don't know if that's a word. It's a word now. And you will keep doing that, right? But when you change that mindset, so this is a whole different topic, so I won't go into it, but when you change your mindset to basically be like, well, no, when I clean something, I know that it's going to stay clean because I'm going to manage this area or whatever it is. Like I said, whole different area to get into. But tune in, do the 1 second test, and literally this can be for anything that you're doing. So, and you'll be able to tell anyway by your energy levels. Like if you were to think back over your last day and sort of go, well, at what point did I feel light? At what point did I feel heavy? You can pretty much really quickly just go, oh yeah, look, when I was at this job, or when I was doing this, or when I was doing this activity, or when I was with these people, whatever it is, I felt heavy, or when I was on my own, I felt light, or whatever it was, right? Tune into that stuff. I know I may come across as very, very extroverted and very open and all that kind of stuff, which I am. Obviously, I'm very open and honest, and I don't like to hold anything back or anything like that. But in many ways, I am still a very private person, a very introverted person, not in the sense that I don't tell the truth about things, because I'm always very open book about everything, my experiences and everything that I've gone through. But I love me time, and I need me time, and it's something that it's taken me a long time to realize that, based on the way that I've been brought up and based on my personality, that if I don't actually just force myself to take time on my own, I suffer, and I don't even realize it because I'm such a people person, right? So you've got to really get good at tuning in to what it is that your soul is trying to tell you, right? Whether it's these people are draining me, this situation is draining me, these activities are draining me. Whereas this stuff lights me up, this stuff makes me feel light, this stuff gives me energy back, even though I'm putting out energy at the same time, right? Okay, this has already gone longer than I planned, but like I said, this has given me energy, right? So I could have very easily just gone, nah, screw it, I've got too much to do. I'm like, go today. I don't need to do a live stream. I can just go have some lunch and chill out and whatever it is. However, I know that this is what will actually give me energy and light me up and continue that energy going for the rest of the day. So tune into yourself, tune in what makes you feel light, what makes you feel heavy, what gives you energy back, whereas what just drains your energy without giving you anything in return, right? Look into that. I'd love for you to leave a comment below if there's something that comes up for you that you'd like to pop down. I would really, really appreciate that. Or if you have anything you wanted to discuss, please feel free to private message or direct message me, depending where you're watching this. I'd love to hear from you. And apart from that, I think we're going to leave it there. I'm just trying to think, was there something else I needed to tell you? If you haven't got my book yet, The Problem with Being Perfect, make sure you jump on. I will pop the link down below. It's on Amazon, so you can get it downloaded straight to your Kindle or your phone or your computer or whatever it is that you want. So it's my first Amazon book, and it went bestseller top 10 2 weeks ago, I think. A week and a half ago when I launched it. So that's really, really exciting. I'd love for you to have a read of that and let me know what you think. It's a straight A story about finding the flaw in perfection, right? So this is very much kind of my story intertwined with so many people's stories, probably your story as well, about growing up with this expectation that everything is just going to be perfect, that if you're a high achiever, everything will just work out perfectly, all that kind of thing. It's such an incredible sort of story and yet lesson at the same time. So I'll pop the link down below. If you haven't got it yet, jump onto Amazon and grab The Problem with Being Perfect. I'll see you guys really soon. Any questions, anything like that, feel free to private message me and I'll talk to you soon. Remember, live life on purpose. Bye.